Thank you for joining us today. We're really excited to have you here. We have a fantastic, very informative webinar planned for you. Please note that this webinar will be recorded and that you'll get a link to the recording once we conclude. My name is Ashish Joy. I lead marketing at UpCodes. I'm joined today by Nathalia Cardona and Garware. Nathalia is a product manager here at UpCodes. She's a physicist who transitioned into product management. She spent the last year diving into the AEC industry, learning about code compliance, assemblies, product selection, and she's been a massive part of how our product has evolved over this last year. I'm also joined by Garware. Many of you already know who he is. He's our customer success manager here at UpCodes. Ninad is a licensed architect who has designed multiple projects spanning urban design and master planning, mixed-use developments, high-rise residential projects, commercial developments, and more. He's been at firms like HOK, Handel Architects, and Curtis & Ginsburg Architects. The three of us are really excited to be here with you today. Here's a quick overview of what we've planned for today. We'll take some time to tell you more about UpCodes, what's included in the platform, and the value our users are finding. And then we'll spend a majority of our time sharing more about Products Library and then walk through that functionality with you. After that, we've saved some time at the end for your questions, so feel free to add in questions at any time during the webinar via the Q&A button in your Zoom window. So let's take a few minutes to look at the UpCodes platform. Historically, we've developed UpCodes to help you determine code requirements for your project. This happened through our expanding code library with over 6 million sections of code and dedicated workflows to parse regulations. But now we're actually really excited to reintroduce UpCodes to you as a single platform for codes, assemblies, and building products research. You now have these powerful tools to help you with compliance and product research, and we're really excited to get this in front of you with the full functionality that we have. So with UpCodes, you have a unified library of codes, diagrams, assemblies, and building products. And you gain powerful tools to accelerate design to construction with Copilot, Search, and projects. So just to dive in for a second with our libraries, our first library that so many of you already know is Code Library. Code Library is your reliable and up-to-date source for adopted codes. We have over 4,800 city, state, and federal codes, over 190,000 local amendments, over 80 jurisdictions hosted, and on average, there are 7,000 code sections that are updated monthly by our content team. With Code Library, you have seamless access to codes. You can compare codes by jurisdiction or code year, and you can even filter those codes by name, year, or publication. Our second library is Diagrams. Diagrams Library is a growing kind of library of high fidelity diagrams that illustrate complex code requirements. We currently have over 1,600 diagrams on our platform with dozens that keep coming every single month. With Diagrams Library, you can visually unpack the codes to gain a clear understanding of what the code is saying. And you can also filter through the diagrams and view related code sections. Assemblies Library, our third library, is the best way to modernize your assembly research and accelerate that design to construction. We currently have over 12,000 UL, GA, and UpCodes assemblies on our platform. And with Assemblies Library, you can scan assemblies with easy-to-read titles. You can surface these assemblies faster and more efficiently. It's a really, really powerful way to get the assemblies that you're looking for your project. And we're excited to share more about our newest library, which is Products Library. And to tell you more about that, I'm joined by Nathalia, who I introduced at the start. She's going to take some time to talk about why we built Products Library, how it's unique from other product listing libraries, and what we want to do, how we want to take it and continue to build out that functionality. So Nathalia, why don't you take it away?
Hi everyone, and thank you, Ashish. And as Ashish already mentioned, I'm Nathalia, the product manager at UpCodes, and I've probably spoken with some of you already, and I'm looking forward to having more conversations with you. So I want to start saying, don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any feedback or requests for us, we're always happy to hear from our users. And today I'm very excited to introduce our new products library. And for that, I want to start with our mission statement. UpCode's mission statement is to help people build affordably, quickly, and enjoyably by providing easy-to-use code compliance tools. Now, compliance starts with understanding the requirements that our projects have to meet. After figuring out the what, the next question is the how. And answering the how, it's when assemblies and products come into play. At first, UpCodes was only able to help you answer the what. Now with products and assembly, we can help you figure out the how. So if the code requires a file partition to have a 1-hour file rated, you will be able to find the right assemblies and products for your project without leaving UpCodes. And let me show you how. First, you can now find all the relevant resources for a specific product in UpCodes. And that starts with theme files, catalogs, brochures, specifications, certifications, sustainability-related documents like EPDs. In the resources in UpCodes card located in the top left corner of the product index page, you can filter by the specific content that you're looking for. You can also find relevant information for a specific project, from general properties to certifications and product documents. We want to present this data contextualized and easy to read for everyone. So we're working on extracting relevant information from the documents, such as EPDs. In the specific case of EPDs, they include information about the life cycle of a product, including things like embodied carbon and the amount of water used to produce the product. So to put these metrics in perspective for everyone, we're bringing certain baselines into the product, like the CLF baseline. But this doesn't end here. We're working hard on improving this feature. So let's take a look at what's next for our products library. Right now, we have approximately 70,000 products, and our goal is to continue growing our library by adding more products and making sure we host all the relevant information for each product. To do that, we are partnering with building product manufacturers. However, we want to be a comprehensive library, like we are for the codes, and we know we need to do more than that. So instead of relying on the manufacturers to partner with us, we're proactively researching and bringing in more information for all products. And to help us guide the type of information that you're looking for or the products that you're interested in, you can click on the request data links that you will find in the product pages and leave us your feedback. Until now, we have included assemblies and products as separate libraries from our codes libraries. In order to link our libraries together, we're working with manufacturers and our subject matter experts to understand which products and assemblies are relevant to which requirements. As I mentioned before, if the code requires a 2-hour file rated wall, you will be able to find the right assemblies and now products without leaving the codes. The assemblies and the products that will help you comply with those requirements will be attached to each code section. And to help you find the products that are referenced in certain assemblies, like UL assemblies, we have included these cards with the products and the manufacturer's names. Soon you will be able to click on them and navigate between the products and the assemblies library. And lastly, as we research and structure more and more information for each product, we'll be able to unlock product comparisons to help you in the process of selecting the right product. And I want to end by re-emphasizing that we are building our product in collaboration with you, with our users, and to ensure that we're solving the right problems in the best possible way. So if you have any questions or any feedback or requests, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much. Ashish, going back to you.
Now, I'm going to hand things off to Ninad. As I mentioned, he's a customer success manager here at UpCodes. He's going to walk through a handful of specific products library use cases with us. Ninad, why don't you take it away?
Absolutely. Thanks, Ashish and Nathalia, for setting up the stage. And hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar. If I haven't spoken to you already, it's nice to meet you virtually. My role here at UpCodes is to work with all of our enterprise customers as well as other paying customers to be able to make sure that you're getting the most value from your subscriptions. If you ever have any questions about UpCodes, the platform, the tools that we offer, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to get on a call with you and talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now. All right. Before I get started talking about products, which is our main subject today, I do want to emphasize on a particular feature on UpCodes, and that is projects. What we do here at UpCodes is essentially try and make your entire process, your design process or your design review process seamless. And projects is at the foundation of that process. Projects allows you to save project-specific code, content, or products, assemblies in one place in UpCodes. You can always share that information with your team members, either internally or externally. You can add your own comments and literature, and you can save it, archive it, or you could create templates from projects. So I really recommend starting off by using projects. I'm going to go ahead and open a particular project. You can see that once you bookmark code sections of the products, they all appear on your project homepage right here. Now, let's dive into the products library. When you hover libraries and click on products, it will bring you to the products library. Like Nathalia mentioned, we have over 70,000 products available right now. We are aggregating these from different platforms. They're made available to you on UpCodes, and they're organized by CSI division. So you can select a specific CSI division if you're looking for a particular product. And you can also select specific manufacturers if you want to down at the bottom here. Now, this entire library will be particularly overwhelming if you get started. But the nice thing is that we also offer filters to select products based on the kind of resources that you have. So if you're looking for products that have bin models in them, you could do that. You could select specific CSI divisions after that, and you could click on the product to enter it. You will see information about the product here, such as the model number, the CSI division, where the customization is available. And at the bottom here, you also see things like bin models, there are drawings, PDFs, Revit models, the like will be available here, as well as catalogs and brochures. You'll see things like installation guides, warranties, specifications show up as we continue populating our library. You'll also see assemblies, diagrams of assemblies or assemblies themselves show up at the bottom here, and any related products show up at the bottom here. When you click on the See More button here, you will be brought to the manufacturer's page, where you'll find information such as contact details, phone numbers, and also links to manufacturer websites, and all of the products that they manufacture are organized by CSI division. Now, I want to show you how you can use products in a more day-to-day way if you're an architect or a practicing professional. Let's say I am designing a project and I have interior fabric wall panels that I want to install. I just want to understand if they need to meet certain UL requirements. If you have a subscription to UpCodes Professional, which is Copilot, you can easily type in a question. Copilot will be able to bring up any specific UL ratings that are required for my design condition, which is interior fabric wall panels. It will also list any UL requirements, any ASTM ratings, and will also mention or let me know what specific code sections I need to be looking at. What I'm going to do after that is I'm going to go ahead and click on a specific code section that has been cited that has a UL rating within it. And the first thing I will do is save it to my particular project. That allows me to save that particular response, use it as a basis for doing my research ahead of this. What I can do next is I can actually type in, I can copy the UL rating here. I can go to search and I can type it up here. Now, what search really does is it actually searches through the entire database that is there on UpCodes. So it searches through all of the construction codes, all of the assemblies, and all the products we host. So you can choose to filter down your results specifically by assemblies. You can select wall and partition because that's specific to your design. And you can browse through all of the assemblies that you see here. These assemblies are clickable. You can actually enter the assembly, see the illustration that is part of the original viewer listing, as well as all the design data that we've digitized. More importantly, though, you can actually add more context to your search. and search for assemblies or products. And now this is going to pull up results from a product library for specific products that meet those search criteria. You can further filter them down by selecting CSI Division 9, so that it's filtered down by finishes. You can also select it by type, so acoustical treatment, and you'll have all of the products listed here. You can also select a specific manufacturer if you need to. When you open up a specific product, you have all of the resources available to you here, including catalogs, brochures, installation guides. In the future, you'll also be able to do things such as contact reps or order samples directly from UpCodes. That's something we are working towards. The other thing you can do when you're on a product page is bookmark it to a specific project. So I'm going to go ahead and bookmark it to a project. And what I can then do is I can go back to my project, go to the project bookmarks, and click on products, and any products that I have saved in my project show up here. But the nice thing is when I click on, when I go back to my project dashboard, I can actually open up the codes section that I bookmarked, and I can type in a comment here. Let's say Ashish. I'm tagging Ashish in this case. I've already selected a fabric. And take a look. I can post this comment. I can go back to my product. Let's say I have this here. I can copy a link to that specific products page. Go back to my project and my bookmark. And I can type in link there. The nice thing about products is that you don't necessarily need to have a subscription to be able to view products. So you may not be a big subscriber to UpCodes. Similar to codes, we're making products available to everyone. You can share a link to a particular product with someone internal, whether they have a senior subscription or external. They type it out in an email and share it with someone. When they click on the link, they'll be brought to that particular product page. Going back to the bookmark product, I'm going to open up another one here just to show you. It's really, really nice to have BIM models be available on UpCodes. I can tell you how many hours I would have saved if I had this available when I was practicing. Then these BIM models have been aggregated from platforms. They have not been edited on UpCodes. We don't modify the BIM models or the drawings. We just make it available for you. When you click on the model, you'll be able to download it. It doesn't link you to another platform. We just want to make it as easy and seamless for you to access the information as possible. The other thing you can also do is you can view any diagrams or illustrations that are relevant to that specific product right here. And very soon, you'll also be able to bookmark diagrams to your project. So you can save diagrams specific to that product along with the product itself. The button here, which is for customization and says request data, is where you can actually send UpCodes a request for any specific information that you'd like to see for this particular product. You can select it. You can type in your request here. You can click next, and we will ask you some information about your specific project, which you can select or choose to skip and hit done. And what this does is it will send us a request. We will try and source that information for you, and we'll try and make it available on the platform for you. So you don't have to spend time doing the research yourself. You can focus on other tasks at hand. And once that data is available in UpCodes, someone from our team will ping you and let you know that it is available for you in UpCodes. You can also use the button here. Some of the features that Nathalia spoke about, such as comparing EPDs or properties, are not available at this moment. We're still building those. They should be available soon, though, so keep an eye out for that. And with that, Ashish, I'd like to hand it back to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Ninad. What we're going to do now is we're going to take some time to answer your questions. Nathalia and Ninad graciously will be answering these questions. So let's kick things off with the first question here. Ninad, I think you touched on this already, but what parts of Products Library is available to free users versus paid users?
Good question. So I think everything that's available right now is available to free users as well as paid users. You can browse through the library, you can click on products themselves. You can actually bookmark products to a particular project. You can create a project and bookmark a product to that. That's the only functionality you will have within projects. But yes, the actual library is available to everyone.
Yeah, that's right. So, okay, great. Nathalia, this is probably a question for you. How does UpCodes maintain the products library?
So as I mentioned before, we are taking two approaches. One of it is just working with the manufacturers, and we'll get into how we're working with them, I think, in a question that's coming up. But on the other side, we're also having, as we do for the codes, just having a research team that is constantly gathering more information, trying to get information from the documents that we're getting from the manufacturers, so we can structure that information and unlock other features like product comparisons.
Got it. And could you tell the audience more about what we mean when we say we work with BPMs?
Yes. So I see two questions, so I'm gonna go through. One is we're partnering with them. So we have built a portal where the manufacturers could come in, claim their brands. We will do some verification process to just make sure that it's their brand and that they are gonna be the ones that are gonna continue uploading product information, and through that portal they can update their contact information that's displayed in their manufacturer page in UpCodes. But they can also upload more documents for a specific product or change different properties for that product. They have control of their products. And if they want to upload new products to UpCodes, is through the same portal. There's just an extra verification step. We want to make sure that the information that they are adding, it's real, and that the information that we show to our users is correct. Yeah.
Awesome. Maybe one of you, maybe Ninad, you want to share your screen to answer this question, but when looking, Mike Wong just wrote this in, when looking at a products page, will it be possible to see if other manufacturers offer a similar product? What's kind of the easiest way to show them this?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me share my screen real quick. Do you see it come through okay, Ashish?
Yes, I can see.
Perfect. So while I'm looking at a particular product, it lets me know the manufacturer that makes the product. If you click on see more, it'll actually take you to the manufacturer's page on UpCodes, where you can view all of the products that they manufacture. But if you scroll down the page, you'll also find additional products that are in the similar category as the product that you're viewing. So in this case, you are seeing some stairs that are manufactured by the Pacific Stair Corporation. But if you scroll to the right, you'll see additional manufacturer names as well as products that are related to the one that you're viewing right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Ninad. Great. There is a question here that came in. Maybe Nathalia, could you share more about how and where EPDs will be presented in UpCodes?
Yes, so the approach that we took with EPDs is first we want to get all the EPDs for each product. And what we're using for that is the manufacturers, if they can provide them. That's one option. The other one is we're sourcing EPDs from EC3, which is an open source platform that lets you get EPDs for different products. And so first is just getting the document and making it available in UpCodes. The second part of that is how do we bring in the relevant information from an EPD into the products page? And from just talking to our users, many of them were not able to understand like a lot of the numbers. This is telling me there's like 85 kilograms of CO2 of embodied carbon for every kilogram of these products. So it was like, how can we help you from the product side understand what these metrics mean? So on the specific case of embodied carbon, we're bringing in a CLF baseline, which is a baseline that was calculated for the US market that basically allows you to to understand if the product that you're looking at is above average or below average for the amount of embodied carbon that it will take to produce it and to transport it. So this is just one example of things that we're looking at as we extract that information and we want to put it in context. Yeah, and I see another question about what is an EPD?
Yeah, would you want to
I
answer
can
that?
take that one. I can take that one. I'm going to do my best. And so an EPD stands for Environmental Product Declaration. And right now that the government, it has some efforts towards sustainability. It's a document where the manufacturer will declare the certain properties for the life cycle of a product. And that starts from like just producing or sourcing the product to transportation. And it includes things like how much water was it used to extract the product or create the product or manufacture the product, and how much embodied carbon was it produced from the manufacture process to the transportation. There's some confidence rates for the transportation, but they estimated that for the US market. Yeah.
Awesome. Another question here. Can I, as a user, provide product or manufacturer recommendations to UpCodes?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have something you'd like to see on UpCodes when you're on the platform, you can use the live chat feature. You could shoot us an email at support@up.codes, or if you're an enterprise customer, you can reach out directly to me. And I can give you, if we are already speaking with a manufacturer, I can give you an ETA as to when they'll be available on UpCodes. Or we can go out and do the research ourselves and aggregate that information for you and make it available on UpCodes. But definitely send us your feedback.
Nathalia, were you going to say something as well?
Yes, I mean, the only additional one is the request data. We're really looking at the products that get the request data to just inform which documents are more relevant for the users, but also which product should we tackle first. There are a lot of products, and if there is a product or a manufacturer that we don't have right now, yeah, just through support, through email. If you want to email me directly, yeah, we're happy to answer to your request.
Awesome. One other question here, I think Nad, you touched on this, but does UpCodes create or edit the downloadable product BIM data like drawings or Revit models?
We do not. We have basically collected them from different platforms, cleaned up the names, I believe, Nathalia, and made them available and attached them to sort of each product listing, but we do not edit the models themselves.
Got it. Awesome. And I think this has already been mentioned, but we want everything we're building with Products Library to be a reflection of what you're asking for. So if there's aspects to what we have introduced that you're like, hey, I'd love for this to be the case, or I'd love for this part of Products Library to be more powerful, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's a BPM you'd like to see on our platform. We want to hear from you. And I say this confidently, Ninad, myself, Nathalia, all of us, like our company, like we absolutely want to hear your feedback. So please reach out to us directly. Your perspective, your opinions really do matter. All right. So let's actually continue to move on here with our webinar. If you have more questions, we will be able to answer some of those maybe offline via email. We'll follow up with you. So just to recap what Ninad already said about Products Library, you don't need a paid UpCodes account to access Products Library, to search through the Products Library, or even create projects with those bookmarks. All you need is a free UpCodes account. However, if you'd like access to our full suite of features, you can learn more about our premium offerings by visiting up.codes/pricing, or using your phone to scan the QR code that you see here on the screen. And with that, we want to thank you for joining us today. If you have any technical questions, you can reach out to support@up.codes. And a quick reminder that you'll receive a recording of this webinar after we conclude. We really appreciate you spending time with us, Have a really great rest of your day and a fantastic week. Thank you so much.